Didn't do too much in innings one. Can he come back big? I'm Fazal Khalil. Very good evening, Charu Sharma.
Good evening, Mr. Khalil. Glad to have you as company during the Celebrity Cricket League. And just to remind everybody watching that we do have a 1-2-3 rule here. So those who bat 1-2-3 or bowl 1-2-3 in the first set of 10 overs cannot do that in the second set of 10 overs, and which is why Joy comes in for the Bengal De Sher along with Rahul. Joy, by the way, struck some big shots earlier on, so much can be expected from him. But I do think that the Punjab De Sher missed out on a trick or two by leading by only 7. I thought maybe 20-25 would have been the minimum they would have expected. However, here we go. Second set of 10 overs, Bengal Tigers with the bat.
Straight away a play and a miss. Yes, Charu, I mean, I'm completely with you. They had it in the bag, didn't they, Punjab, at one stage of the game. Nice carry and bounce through to the wicketkeeper. Shows the nature of the surface. Yes, they left it a touch too late, and they had their skipper from the non-strikers end watching 3 or 4 wickets fall.
Well, I must give due credit to the bowling. Both the sides bowled really well. Aditya for Bengal Tigers began well, and Rahul finished it really well. I have to mention, I've been watching these guys all season long, and Suyash is slightly taller than Harrdy and one of the finest bowlers on display. Look at that. The ball moved, of course, just a little wider, but he does get considerable movement and is easily one of the better bowlers in the league.
Well, he's certainly one of the better bowlers simply because he's got a much better action. His run-up is really good. Take a look at that. Very athletic, high arm action in the air. On the bounce, a couple of them to the fielder. Yes, Charu, if you see the ball coming out of the bowler's hand, he's on the vertical and the release of the ball is on the seam. So he's going to get the ball to deviate one way or the other if he pitches it on the seam.
He's also pretty tall when he delivers the ball, which is why he gets more bounce than the average bowler. And tall anyway, so Yash. A wonderful young man too. I wish him well in his career.
Outside there, off stump. The fielders behind point have been really busy all day, haven't they? A lot of shots played square of the wicket on both sides, but particularly on the offside, Charu, they've done some really good fielding. Both the sides, the fielding standards have been really top draw.
Taken all their catches today too, both sides.
In the air and gone. First blood this. Suryash picks up the all-important wicket of Rahul, who batted so well in the first innings, gone for a duck.
I feel like saying that's why I was praising Suyash. Once again, terrific delivery. Tailing in, angling in, of course landing and moving away. Drawing Rahul into that drive. A thick outside edge, easy catch for the keeper. Suyash delighted. And all of the Punjab De Sher, they know they've got rid of one of the danger men of the Bengal Tigers, who are 1 for 1.
Well, interesting time for Uday to walk in. They are under the pump for sure. They are defending champions, 1 for 1, trail by 6 runs now. A regulation nick and a regulation take. Very smartly held. Dejection on the face of the batsman, but he's got only himself to blame. Elation here in the Punjab camp. Nicely struck. On the offside, will just pick up the single. Will he come back for 2? No is the call, and rightly so. That ends the first over. 1 done. Bengal 2 for 1.
Get back to the action.
What it does to me, Charu, is when I come to Mysore, it gives that old Bangalore charm. You know, it still has that languidness about it. But when we drove in, you know, people were still in their pajamas when we came in.
Sometimes it's all relative, because I'm sure that those who've been living in Mysore for a few decades are now ruining the fact that there's much more traffic and many more people. But if you come from Bangalore, for instance, or any other major town, it's such a relief to be in Mysore. The pace of life seems to be just calmer, quieter, more relaxed.
Well, yeah. Oh, this is going to be close. It's going to be close. He's gone up for technology. Big moment this in the game. Bengal under the pump. Will they lose their second wicket?
Oh boy, once again, I don't think he was quick enough to return. He was sent back with a non-striker, who I must say made an early call, but there wasn't really a big stretch. Great throw, good work by the keeper, and the batsman's going to be well short. This is disaster. Uday is well short of his crease, took off, but maybe he didn't realize that the ball went very quickly to the field at extra cover, who fielded it well, picked it up, threw well, very accurate. And Bengal, would you believe it, another disastrous start in their second set of 10 overs. Uday gone for only 1 from 3, disconsolate, walking back to his dugout, and Bengal now are 2 for 2.
Just take a look at that one again. He played it nicely. There was absolutely no run there. Straight to the fielder. The throw was so good. The wicketkeeper was in place. Just shows how this game has progressed. He's gone for 1, and Bengal 2 for 2 and in trouble.
चलो 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 मैडम ओवर 4 more चलो 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 आई कोई पॉड के सुबह आवाज काट नहीं होनी चाहिए सुबह चलो बहुत जल्दी खींच गए मैडम ओवर 4 more दिमाग ना ले
Well, things are cooling down around the ground. The temperature is coming down, but things really hotting up on ground. Jamie is in the house, and he's got his task cut out. One of your favorites in this year's CCL?
Yeah, just getting back to that. I'll get to Jamie in a second. But how well did Ninja pick it up? Good throw. Didn't try and throw it too hard, but relied on accuracy. Yeah. Yes, Jamie is one of the bigger stars here for the Bengal Tigers. Bit of a wobble at the long off boundary, and Jamie will get back to 2. He was devastated when he was out to a possibly very thin nick in the first innings. He's gotten, I think, 80 odd in 35 odd deliveries in the past. Has Jamie, very valuable player for Bengal Tigers, and I would like to single him out as perhaps their best performer, having taken them without defeat through to the semi-final.
That's a key point you did mention, Charu. They've been the undefeated side in this year. CCL, a direct hit there would have had him in trouble. And they've come all the way up to the semi-final. But they need to up their game from here if they want to beat this very, very formidable Punjab side. They have beaten the fancied Bangalore Karnataka Bulldozers, and rightfully in the semi-finals. So things really looking close, looking hot. Daksh, can he get that 3rd wicket? Yeah, you were mentioning about the fielding standards. How much effort put into this? We'll come back to that. 2 done, a 5 for 2.
शाबाश सू सू मारनी सेटल फास्ट सर लाटिस कंटिन्यू सू सेम फील्ड ना सू सू सेम फील्ड
Well, in collaboration with the Karnataka State Cricket Association, the University of Mysore ground here in this gorgeous campus at the Manus Gangotri College. There it is, that's the pavilion. We are to the right of your screens. That's the commentary box, the VIP enclosure with the players' pavilions, and that's what's coming up next. The semi-finals number 2, the Karnataka Bulldozers taking on the Chennai Rhinos. In the air, and oh, he's pulled off an absolute screamer. And there it is, the Thai 5 and all. Punjab are thick and fast, pulling themselves back into this game.
Oh boy, what a terrible day for Jamie. He's standing there saying, come on, a little bit of luck, something to hang on to. He struck it reasonably well, not quite from the middle of the bat, but look at that catch. A leap, sticking out the left hand, and Daksh just plucks it out of thin air. What a valuable cricketer for Punjab De Sher. The whole dugout knows that was the big moment. The return of Jamie has virtually indicated the end of the hopes of Bengal Tigers to reach the final. He should be gutted. Bengal 5 for 3.
Well, Yusuf comes out for the Bengal Tigers. We're really deep in that rabbit hole, aren't they, Charu? They'll have a lot of work to do. That's the wicket to fall. He did strike it well, like you mentioned, but he just stuck out that left mitt of his. And boy, look at the elation on the fielders. They know they've got the big fish, and she is absolutely gutted.
Big wicket. Daksh, what a valuable cricketer. Almost looked like he was pointing that the ball's going over my head. What can I do? Stuck his hand out and he realized that the ball was in the hand. So yeah, 2 for 2.
A lot of action out there in the middle. Ball seems to be doing the talking. The batsman just wondering what happened there. Just take a look at that one again. The coach completely distraught. What a beautiful bowler. High arm action outside that off stump, gets a little bit of movement away, carry through to the wicket keeper.
Yusuf just following the ball, almost mesmerized by the movement. But even though Bengal are in a terrible spot, they've got the right man for it. Yusuf has hit some powerful blows in the past, and maybe he can come to his team's rescue.
But they are the defending champions, the Bengal Tigers. They need to come out there roaring like tigers. You don't want your shoulders to droop, coach. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and let's get down to some business.
Well, I'm glad that Yusuf is not flashing hard at everything. Just patted the ball down into the covers.
That's wide. What I do like is the positive intent of the skipper. He's got the slip in place, giving Suryash all the opportunity, if he bowls in the right areas, not there of course, to get that slip in play.
Amazing catch.
Yeah, and they did have a catch in the slips earlier on, was at the first innings, when I think Harrdy had his man caught very well at slip. The wind's picking up now, and of course it's a lot cooler without doubt. And I wonder what Yusuf is doing out there. Certainly not thinking about the weather. Very tall task now for the Bengal Tigers to try and get to maybe even 60-65 for the Punjab De Sher to chase. Of course, anything may happen. Very important over this by Suryash. 3 balls still to go. If he can get another wicket here, that'll just crush Bengal.
Wide again. You have to re-bowl that. Like you said, it's getting a little cooler. There is a breeze across the ground. But what's really exciting me is the next game, Charu. How big a game would that be if you're a Karnataka fan, Karnataka Bulldozers? Sudeep will be on the park, completely sold out. That will get completely packed out. There's not a seat in the house available. But if you are, come down here and watch this game. You'll see your heroes in action. And that's what they're playing for.
Yep, magnificent trophy. Currently belonging to the Bengal Tigers, but I suspect not for long. And won't Punjab De Sher be delighted to get in their first final? Okay, still tense moments for Bengal.
I'd like to see a Karnataka Punjab final. What do you say to that? With the kind of history that the two teams have just made, I'd like to see that on the ground.
Well, I think you'll be halfway there anyway, because Punjab are favourites to get to the final, and if Karnataka win later on against their opposition, which is what the crowds come here to see, then you've chosen the right pair in the final. It would be a match with some needle and of course some very good standards as well.
That'll be 4. Touch lucky, but runs are runs no matter where they come from. There it is, signalled off the bat. I just want to come back to that point you made, Charu. Between Punjab and Karnataka, you were with the skipper of Karnataka. You met the Punjab players. You seem to be a favourite amongst both the teams. Pick one, if they were to go to the final.
Oh gosh.
Come on, no sitting on the fence.
I'm not going to sit on the fence, that's for sure. It hurts sitting on the fence. But I do think Punjab are up for it because they're playing really well. They're a tough bunch. I think their motivation levels, if I can say so, are perhaps higher, having gotten to this stage of the CCL. And Karnataka, of course, have been there and done that before. I'm not saying they'll be less motivated, but I would back Punjab.
Well, yes, in a few moments from now, you'll see the Karnataka team making their entry into the ground. We just got a glimpse of Chennai. We'll come back to that. 3 done, 11 for 3.
A bit of a run gatherer, and they've got a few players down in the order because of this whole 1-2-3 business that we talked about earlier, who can still do very well for them. I'm not sure whether they can win the match from here, and that trophy can be retained, but they've got a little bit of batting, that's for sure. So while they've lost 3 wickets and they've had another poor power play, normally you get to at least 35 or maybe 1, they've gone 11 for 3. But maybe their time will come now, because both these guys can hit it big, and so can Jishu when he comes in next. Babbal comes in now.
Yes, a lot of expectations on Joy and Yusuf. The fortunes of Bengal rests on their shoulders. Babbal Rai will be bowling from the north end of this ground. You can see the decibel levels picking up here at the Srikandatta Narasimha Raja Wadiyar ground in Mysore. In anticipation of that man, Kicha Sudeep coming onto the park about 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock this evening. Stay tuned, it's a big one. Chennai, Bangalore, Chennai, Karnataka. There it is. They've all come here to support that one man.
And his merry band, I have to say. So he's been a fabulous leader of the Karnataka Bulldozers. Led very well. And the team follow him, the fans follow him everywhere. Fantastic atmosphere here at this wonderful ground in Mysore. Now they could have taken 2 the last delivery, but they'd rather have Yusuf on strike.
Well, that's in the air. There is an opportunity. The fielder from mid-off comes around. A good attempt from him. He's down for the count. They get 2 in the process. Much needed for the Bengal Tigers. But just sensing with 3 and a bit done, they have a lot of catching up to do.
Well, hit from the bottom of the bat and the outside edge as well. So much hard work done by Longoff to come racing in. Got both, well, at least one hand to it. What a terrific attempt. A full toss, and really Yusuf is probably not at his best or fittest, because he would have deposited that well over the boundary line, but he seemed to be a little late on it and was lucky not to get caught there. I think played too early.
Lucky he didn't carry to that fielder. We have normal boundaries here, about 70 yards all around. This is a really good over by Babbal. Just the 4 runs off it so far. Can he finish well? Oh, That's an absolute shocker.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, and had it been straighter, the full toss might have gone for plenty of runs as well. So, yeah, slightly tricky over by Bubble. Luckily for him, he hasn't gone for much, just 5 runs. 3 deliveries still to go. They're all building up for Kicha Sudeep, who should be in the house a short while from now. They're going to be raucous. And the support for Karnataka Bulldozers is going to be magnificent.
Surely getting a little voluble is the crowd coming here to witness that big encounter between Karnataka and Chennai. It's always a needle affair. Right from when I played cricket as well, Karnataka Tamil Nadu game was always a big one for us, and certainly for them as well.
Did you feel the needle when you were playing against them, or was it just hype?
We played to win, so there was needle. And junior level of cricket, the age group cricket, it really dominated. It really had us on the mat. But when it came to the Ranji Trophy,
Then they had to face the fuzz.
I should get to the boundary comfortably. In vain is the effort there by the fielder. 4 runs signalled, and that's what they need more of now. They need to throw caution to the wind. They have nothing to lose from here, everything to gain. Bengal, they're 22 for 3, trail by 15. They need a lot more of these.
Well, you will be a little disappointed, Joy, at not getting more on that. But of course, with that spin, the ball was always favoured to beat the fielder. Bit of a false shot, but gets away with it. Welcome boundary. And I wonder if they'll just give them a little bit of impetus, a little bit of push to try and get more runs as quickly as they can, because they're well behind. 4th over about to end. They're only 22.
That's in the air as well. There is a fielder straight down his throat, and what a handsome catch there by Long Off. Brilliantly run, 15 or 20 yards to his left, and picked that one out of thin air. Bengal further and deeper in trouble. 4th wicket down.
Well, Punjab De Sher just making no mistake. Again from the outer half of the bat. It was always curving away, but how well was that catch taken to his side, running to the left. Just brilliant. We know that Bubble enjoys it. The entire team will. Enjoy, once again, disconsolate, would have liked to do much more for his team. Gone for a run of ball 8. Bengal lose their 4th for 22.
लाइन नहीं छोड़े हैं एक और पैकेज ही कुलदीप है घबराया मिड विकेट सेटिंग्स और
Certainly a bird's eye view, isn't it?
Yep, sitting pretty. Looking on to the match and to Chamundi Hills in the background. Chamundeshwar Temple. Love to be up there to watch. Nice balcony, high balcony seat. But in walks the skipper. And I built him up in the past saying, Jishu, especially that slog sweep of his, if it's in the arc, can hit it very big. And I still have some hopes that, in fact, I'm going to stick my neck out and say they can get another 50-60 from here at least and get to another 80. And that, of course, means that they were 7 behind, so they might give Punjab about a 75 total to chase. Theoretically easy, but there's pressure. It's a knockout, Fuzz.
Well, anything's possible, like they say in this game. Glorious uncertainties. Jassi Gill, the leg spinner, he's been brought in. I like this move. It's a Hail Mary, really. If it works, he will get out. He will get the big man out. But if it doesn't, that's the end for Bengal.
Well, I'll tell you why it might actually work, because he's worked just about every match he's played. Very intelligent leggy. Does the rare thing of going round the wicket through between the umpire and the non-striker, and then delivers his leggies from round the wicket, and creates a huge angle. So if you decide to dance down the track, you might well miss the ball. And he hasn't gone for much. He's taken plenty of wickets, is not just a throw of the dice here. I mean, he's a legitimate bowling weapon for the Punjab De Sher. High regard for Jassi.
I like this move simply because the leg spinner always will pick up wickets. He might go for a few runs, but if he can get a couple of wickets here, if he can get Jishu out, then the end will be nigh.
Yusuf also a big striker of the ball, very strong. Of course, he's got that little elbow guard, must have had a bit of a tennis elbow. Here we go. Expect some big hits.
Great start. He's got protection in the deep. He's got a long on. He's got a man at cow corner. He's got deep mid wicket. He's got square leg in the circle. So a little innovation is needed here by the batsman. Perhaps a switch hit, a reverse hit, a lap scoop. They need to be a little more innovative now. Just take a look at that field. That's the field on the onside. That's the fielder inside. So that's where they need to get the runs from.
If he can hit the ball over extra cover, that's the go-to shot if he can with the spin. Well, goes against the spin, a bit agricultural that by Jishu, but that's his favourite shot. Now you keep playing against the spin, sooner or later you're going to pop the ball up for a catch. However, he's given it back now to Yusuf. There it is.
Hello, Jishuda.
Well, he's really intelligently marshaled his troops, the skipper of the Punjab side, Harrdy Sandhu. Really on the ball. Tossed up nicely.
Well, you could see Jishu's eyes lighting up. Okay, that's tossed up. I'm going to go for my favorite shot, the slog sweep. And yet you realize the ball wasn't there. Did very well to bring his bat down, change his shot, and make sure that he lives for another day, another ball.
You did mention he's intelligent, and that's a display of his intelligence. He bowled it slow. And that's... oh, the man there was inside by probably 5 yards too many.
Well, in the end, maybe just 2 yards too many. And we could have expected another miracle catch. He did stick his hand out, indicating, well, that's going over me. It's going to go over the boundary line. Might have stuck to his hand. But yeah, another yard or two back, and you never know. Jishu struck that really well. Didn't quite get the elevation. Needs to be careful. But helps himself to a 6.
This one, again, will go into the crowd. This was a much better hit, simply because it was shorter than the one before.
That, I must admit, was a poor ball, a half tracker by Jassi, and Jishu had plenty of time to line it up. He could have gone anywhere. Decided in the end to go over the same man, this time far more handsome, a little more elevation onto it as well, and way over the boundary line. Papa and the Bengal Tigers bench can rejoice. As I mentioned, Fuzz, they can still get to a decent score because Jishu can hit it big, especially on the leg side. You got to put another boundary man there because take it away from the offside. Let him hit over extra cover or covers if he can.
Well, 15 runs have gone off this over. What seemed to be done and dusted for Bengal. Suddenly there's a resurgence thanks to these 15 runs. There's still a ball to be bowled.
And I'm also very pleased to see that Jishu, although he took a runner in the first innings, decided to come back and not take a runner straight away. Although he might have taken one now. Yes, he has. I thought, yeah, just as I said that, a runner comes in for Jishu. But, you know, that's okay. They also nominate players who are allowed runners quicker than others. And Jishu, of course, is the elder statesman of the Bengal team, as well as the captain. Are we right to take a runner? Okay, Jassi, you've got to alter your length. Comes over the wicket now.
Can he get him out this time? Shot again. Just a single will end the over. 16 of the over. Very expensive one. 5 done. 38 for 4.
Same field, same field.
Or in the middle?